Alrighty, hello YouTube, Happy New Year. Today this is basically just a video that is a reintroduction, I guess, an update to my Snipe physical Deadeye character that I made and uploaded a video for a while ago. This is essentially just a quick update on the character. As you can see, I'm just kind of going to be running a map in the background and just doing this kind of stuff, mostly just because I didn't have a ton else that changed with the character. There isn't all that much that changed, so I just kind of wanted to showcase more what an actual map looks like as you're running around. What are you doing, how's the clear feel, all that kind of good stuff. I showed it a little bit in the last video, and ultimately I figured since this would be a shorter video overall, I would just do a full-on map here for you just to show. Also, I got frozen by that thing. Gotta love it. But yeah, this character overall has been extremely successful. Actually, has carried. This is a. I will pull it up here in a second. But this is a tier 15 map I'm running right now. This character has done all of the endgame map stuff. As far as that goes, I have completed Citadels. Where is? Oh, one sec. I gotta remember the shortcut and also actually clear these guys out. I have done all the Citadels. Here's my Atlas really quick. I feel like I'm missing a point because I did clear all of the Citadels, so I feel like I'm missing a point from the third Citadel, because this was from first Citadel, this was second Citadel, and I did third Citadel, but I didn't get any points for it, so I don't know if it bugged or if you actually don't get 3 points from it. I feel like you're supposed to, though. I can't really remember. Regardless, though, right now I have just two points from that. I've done Citadel. I've attempted Arbiter on this character, but I have not actually completed Arbiter. It was mostly just due to essentially just not knowing the fight, overall, and the final boss has a couple of one-shot mechanics that I was not privy to. So I just kind of was like, oh, what am I doing here? And then would just get one-shotted, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing that. Never mind. So yeah, I gave the boss a few attempts, and I'll probably give him a few more, but right now, the hunt to find a Citadel on my Atlas has been absolutely abysmal. So it's been kind of hunting for Citadels on the side, and kind of also trying to, I've been working on some other characters in the meantime, because I just kind of want to try new things out, and see how different builds feel, and see what kind of works and everything. So it's been a bit of a ride recently. So I'm kind of figuring things out, still kind of doing some other things while the new year and holidays when everything were going on. I was just kind of messing around with some other characters and doing some other things. But as you can see, though, this is very much so how the character plays. I'm kind of not going to touch Ritual until last anyway, or I might not even touch it for this video, just for the sake of it'll take a while, and ultimately I probably will die in Ritual, just because Ritual be tough. Ritual do be tough. But as you can see, this is the so we're on tier 15 map, area level 79. I didn't have a tower hit this map or anything. Here's what the modifiers are that are in here: 80 more monster life, some more attack speed, all that good stuff. But the build overall is still extremely solid, which has been very, very nice. And it still plays the same way. If you're wondering how this build all kind of works, so to give just kind of a quick run over of what it is, we're using Snipe here. This is Snipe, and it's guaranteed to hit a crit if you perfectly time it, like how I glowed right there, how my character glow, and you can hear the different noise when you actually hit the crit as well. It creates an explosion around you, and it's guaranteed to do a crit. Oh, damn it. That was something else I wanted to do. Before I started this video as well, I have a couple perfect jeweler's orbs, so I was actually going to make Snipe be a 6-link, so then it would deal even more damage. But regardless, that's fine. This still just kind of shows how strong it is as is. But basically, all that we're doing as we're running around mapping is just kind of basic attack, because we have enough generic projectile damage and everything to where basic attack actually does pretty good damage. You're using just Spiral Volley whenever we have a good amount of Frenzy Charges and there's a good amount of enemies around. To build Frenzy Charges, we have Rain of Arrows here, which applies Pin, which then we're using Combat Frenzy to generate Frenzy Charges from there. Occasionally still just pop another Rain of Arrows just to make it last longer, because Rain of Arrows does pretty decent damage as it is anyway, so there's no harm in letting it rip again either way. And sometimes it generates a bunch of frenzy charges for us. And then if you run into a really big target, or like whether it be just like a target with a lot of health, or a rare or anything like that, then all that we're doing is applying Sniper's Mark to it, which adds more crit multi onto that target. It adds like another, what, 80% crit multi, I think? I guess critical damage bonus. Sorry, let me use the right term here. It adds another like 80% critical damage bonus against the target, and generates a frenzy for us when we crit, which we're guaranteed to crit with the snipe. And then you also pop Barrage, which then just consumes your frenzies to fire a bunch more arrows. So that's essentially the rotation as far as everything goes. I'm kind of more focusing on talking than I am actually playing, but yeah, as long as you're not boosted, then you can land snipes all the time. Unfortunately, I am in fact a little bit boosted. The other thing, though, is I did, as of the last video, I had not done it. I have now gone in and did my Uber Lab. So, Uber Lab complete. Is this the boss? This is the boss, okay. Uber Lab is complete on this character. I got the Tailwind. You can see, though, as well, like, that pretty much full stuns just about any target as well, which is very, very nice. Yep. Want to buy frenzy charges. I want to pin him. Then you can see, though, like when I did this fight, I actually had this exact boss in my first video. But now that monsters have plus difficulty on them, you can see I'm not nearly as guaranteed to one-shot them or anything. Like, I actually kind of have to have setup. I actually kind of have to play the boss. Ooh. I actually have to, play and actually kill the boss and all that kind of good stuff. I'm also probably, I think I've missed a crit on my big barrage there. So, there we go. But as you can see, though, still realistically quite smooth, still a good amount of damage. And yeah, I mean, that's more or less how bossing has gone in general right now. Anyway, it's kind of just a lot of rinse and repeat, right? You run around, you set up your frenzy charges, you run around and set up your barrage, and then just bam, all that kind of good stuff. And as long as you don't whiff like me, then it's overall still a very, very solid build. I 100% think Arbiter and all of the in-game content that I've come across so far is extremely doable. And I don't even have all that great of gear, but like the next few upgrades that I really would need for this build, mostly in the realm of like a new bow and everything, is like it gets pretty expensive. Like any kind of really big weapon to trade right now, the market is in such a weird space. It's pretty expensive to do so, and while I can certainly afford it, like I've looked and I could afford to buy one, at the same time I really kind of want to be making new characters. I want to be trying out and making new characters and doing kind of new things and trying some things out. So this is probably, oh, I guess also that boss did have 80% max life, now that I think about it. Regardless, I got no pack space. Regardless, so the character is extremely solid. I'll probably still be playing this character for a little while, most definitely, just because it's still very solid. It's still she's still quite a bit of fun as well. Like I have not really found myself being bored or like, oh man, you know what I really don't want to do right now is like turbo high crit an enemy and kill them nearly instantly. Like, no, that's just never a thing really. But at the same time, I've been wanting to really just kind of try out different characters, and I have a couple characters on the side that I will probably eventually make some videos about. And I also have there's a few things I kind of want to discuss about the game, about just like mechanics that exist currently that I'm really not a big fan of, but it's going to be something that's like, I want to wait to see what GGG has for the start of the year, Like, I don't know what things are kind of cooking as far as what they want to work on and what they view as potential issues within the game right now. So I kind of want to wait to see what they put out for the start of the year, because I'm sure there will be something. So I kind of want to let GGG cook for a little bit, and then I'll kind of make a bit more of like another like discussion video, or just like things that I would like to see potentially changed or adjusted. But in the meantime, I'll have just have a couple characters, have a couple videos, all that kind of good stuff. I also love that if you kill guys too quickly, they just permanently run. My face covering it? No, they just permanently run like this. They'll actually, I did learn that when they have that thing where they're running into the wall here infinitely, they'll also completely run up to your character and do it. It's extreme. They like have to get up to your character, and then they're stuck running in place forever. It's extremely funny. I love it. I love the randomness of it. Oh, big guy. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, so overall though, like you can see, the build is overall still very sturdy, very capable of completing like high tier maps and everything. It's an extremely good mapper. It's a very solid bosser. Like I said, I was able to manage. I was able to clear 4th floor at the very least of Trial of the Sekimas. That's what I completed to get my final dealy bob. That's actually okay. I can look at that. Look at that on the side. Look at that all on the side, though. So otherwise, just a quick update as far as what actually happened with my character. So I did actually take the Tailwind buff, and the reason I took Tailwind over, say, something like the additional projectile. Well, actually, you don't want the additional projectile unless you have like a really big dual string bow. If you have a big dual string bow, big Phys dual string bow, then I 100% think just take the extra projectile. That will actually be a much bigger boost to your damage, almost certainly. But we're not doing extra marks, and our accuracy is still really good, even at distance, so this Eagle Eyes there doesn't matter at all. But something else I learned about Tailwind that I didn't previously realize, I just didn't really read the buff, is that it also provides a increase to your evasion rating. So it's skill speed, move speed, and evasion rating, which is actually really nice. So that means we have 10 stacks here, 82% evasion, which is not nothing. That's actually really nice. That means that a lot of the time we aren't actually getting hit, so we aren't really losing our stacks of Tailwind anyway. And since we're further back, we can kind of actually really focus on keeping our stacks up, and it's not a big deal. Also, the increased skill speed is very nice, because that just means that we're able to snipe a lot faster. Like, we're able to get to the max channel stacks of snipe way faster, so it means we can be churning out crits a lot better. So overall, Tailwind has seemingly been a very, very good pick for this build, and I would highly recommend you do the same. Again, unless you have a big dual string bow, in which case the extra projectile is certainly the better play. Skill tree wise, I'll just kind of show it. This is still the skill tree. I haven't done anything extra crazy. I mean, I think I went from 83 to 87, and I'm still kind of cruising. I'm still cruising pretty well through levels and all that good stuff, but as of right now, I haven't done anything else too insane. I basically went up and got Kite Runner here, and then I just kind of took the 8 decks here. I took one of the attack damage and accuracy rating nodes here, and that's probably more or less, like, if I will probably keep playing this character, maybe get to level 90 or so just to have a character at level 90. And if I were to do that, the 1, 2, 3, I mean, that'd be 4. I'd have to get to 91 to get Killer Instinct or tenfold attacks. I still might end up doing that. Maybe I respec the decks here and just go up here and get over to Killer Instinct. This might be the best play, honestly, go up to Killer Instinct just for big attack damage increase. Not anything too crazy. That or the extra levels, if anything, if I decide not to go that route. The extra levels will basically just go into like the increased projectile speed, the other 8 dex node, or the other node in this wheel here, and just kind of fill everything out. Or just come over here and take Death from Afar as well. Death from Afar is at least nice, you know, it's not anything super duper crazy, but it's another 25. Actually, it's more than 25%, right? Yeah, these are 12. So it's more than 25% increased damage with hits further away, and since we have Far Shot and we're trying to stay away from enemies anyway, seemingly not a bad choice. And then anointment-wise, on my gear, the only plan that I really have right now is probably this guy. Because I want the extra frenzy charge to be able to consume it with barrage or with spiral volley or whatever. That would pretty much be the ideal situation. Also increased evasion rating for whenever we do consume the charges, so that'll also be a pretty nice little bonus there. So that's sort of what I'm thinking about anointing onto this. This I also like just got very recently. It still fills out resistances, gives me another +1 to projectile skills, has some life on it. This is pretty good. Just a good little all-round amulet right there. But overall, other gear-wise, I don't think I've really changed out pretty much anything. The bow is still the same from my last video. It's just a decent Phys advanced bow. Ideally, this would be an even bigger physical damage expert bow, probably expert zealot, but I'm actually not sure what the best base is. Again, if you get a really big dual string bow, dual string's certainly the best. But if you don't, then probably zealot. Probably, maybe composite, maybe short bow even. I really don't know what the bases are like. Quiver is still the same, just again more just generic good things for the build. These rings are still incredibly whatever. Like I had mentioned in my previous video as well, be sure that you do get some form of physical leech as life and mana. We are critting really hard with Snipe, and so the more that you're able to get on the leech, just having some form of leech will feel really good. You'll basically be able to completely sustain your mana and your life by having that. As long as you don't get one shot, you'll usually be able to just snipe crit something and refill your health just about instantly again. I do want to try to find a better base jacket. I'm kind of working on that right now. That's sort of my next in line priority to fix is just having a bigger evasion rating jacket, just so that way my evasion rating will be even higher. The helmet also is not anything crazy. I don't even have it qualityed because I don't believe in this thing. And then yeah, otherwise just generic gear across the board. Anything is fine. But yeah, this character has overall still been incredibly smooth and a lot of fun. I really wish I could have shown you guys a Citadel and just done like a Citadel fight. But ever since I found like a couple of Citadels here, like, you know, my copper here, and I found a bunch of, you know, stone Citadels and whatever else after that, I basically found one set of everything and then like one or two other ones, and other than that, I haven't seen a single Citadel since, and I've been really trying. But I couldn't find one, so ultimately I just wanted to at least put this video out, at least on a tier 15 map, just to kind of showcase what this character's up to. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, as always, let me know down below. But the character overall has still proven to be very strong, very effective, and can certainly at least complete things right now, and then still has a high ceiling of where it can go if you're able or willing to dump more money into the weapon and all that kind of good stuff. So YouTube, hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a great new year, all that good stuff. Hope you've been having a lot of fun with Path 2 as well. That is as far as I'm gonna go with the Snipe character, at least on from a YouTube perspective. But I will have some more videos about the other characters that I'm still working on in the background as well. Whatever one really kind of piques my interest the most. But otherwise, I'll have some. I'll just have a kind of discussion video or two go out just for the hell of it, just because I kind of feel like yapping. But again, it'll depend on what GGG kind of puts out and talks about in the future. But in the meantime, see you next time. Bye, YouTube.